Hello, I'm Kevin Olson, a retired clergyman and supporter of Bring Power Home 2020. Bring Power Home 2020 is a grassroots citizens campaign to encourage the City of Pueblo to exit its 20-year franchise agreement with Black Hills Energy and create a locally owned and controlled new public power utility. Eventually, the citizens of Pueblo will have to vote to approve this action, which we believe will take place in the spring of 2020. Today I'd like to share a brief history of how we've arrived at this crossroads and how we can move forward and together create a brighter energy future for all of us. In 2008, Black Hills Energy bought the previous utility company, Aquila. There have been 5 utility providers over the past 60 years, so change is nothing new to Pueblo. Within the first few years of ownership, Black Hills Energy spent millions to build a new gas-powered generation facility near the public airport. Immediately our rates began to rise, partly to recover the cost of building these new plants, but also to increase revenue and profits for its shareholders. In 2010, the City of Pueblo officially signed a 20-year franchise agreement with Black Hills Energy. In 2011, 65 members of the social service community sent a letter to the City Council and County Commissioners stating that high rates and shut-off policies of Black Hills Energy was creating a hardship for low-income families, the disabled, and the elderly on fixed income. Nothing happened. In 2013, Black Hills Energy changed their demand charge policies for the business community, resulting in huge increases in bills and increased revenue for Black Hills Energy. The business community complained, and nothing happened. In 2014, Pueblo's Energy Future, a citizens' grassroots movement, was formed to advocate for change, justice, and a more affordable and sustainable energy future for Pueblo. In 2016, Black Hills Energy asked for an $8.5 million increase in rates to pay for the construction of a $65 million peaker plant that would operate only a few days each year. In August of 2016, the Public Utility Commission held a public hearing in Pueblo to get feedback on Black Hills Energy's proposal. Over 500 people attended the hearing, and over 50 people testified, stating no increase should be granted because rates, bills were already too high, and Pueblo couldn't afford another increase. Perhaps one of the most compelling testimonies came from Sister Nancy Crafton, and she testified that her agency spent almost $456,000 on utility bill support for low-income households from 2008 to 2016. That compared to $128,000 in the previous 6 years with Aquila. In December of 2016, the Public Utility Commission denied Black Hills Energy the $8.5 million increase, but did grant a $1 million increase. That was a big win for Pueblo and a turning point for those advocating for change. In January of 2017, the City Council passed a resolution to become a 100% renewable energy city by 2035. In the spring of 2017, Black Hills Energy submits their Phase 2 rate schedule proposal to the PUC, asking to increase the fixed customer charge for most classes to achieve part of their $1 million approved revenue increase. Unfortunately, rooftop solar owners would experience a 49% increase if approved. In the fall of 2017, PUC held a hearing in Pueblo, and the citizens responded again. Solar owners and members of what would become the Renewable Energy Owners Coalition of America testified to the injustice of such a rate proposal. In December of 2017, the Public Utility Commission denied Black Hills Energy request, lowered the existing customer charge, increased the demand charge threshold from 10 kW to 50 kW, and sends Black Hills Energy back to the drawing board. Another big win for Pueblo. Late in 2017, the City Council voted 7-0, declaring its intention to execute a 2020 off-ramp provision as allowed by the state statute if a professional feasibility study confirms the benefits of leaving Black Hills Energy and creating a new public power utility. In January of 2018, the City Council recommends the appointment of an Electric Utility Commission to carry out the City Council's plans and come back with a feasibility study report. In the spring of 2018, Black Hills Energy makes minor changes in the reconnection fee, reduce the connection deposit from 90 days to 30 days, and implements a hot weather rule for shutoffs. Why now? What took them so long? The first phase of the feasibility study is complete, and all indications is that Pueblo could save 10 to 12% on their utility bills. A conservative estimate, we believe. The savings includes the cost of finance to purchase of the distribution system of Black Hills Energy. In May of 2019, the City Council gave approval to do Phase 2 of the study, which will do a deeper dive into the cost and benefits, as well as describe how this process could unfold and what options might be available to create a new public power utility. The results of Phase 2 study will be out in October of 2019. Over the years, many of us have been advocating for change. Organizations like Revolt, Continuum of Care, Los Pobres, Posada, Pueblo's Energy Future, Faith Leaders in Action, the local Sierra Club chapter, Renewable Energy Owners Coalition of America, and several others, including business owners, professionals, elected officials, and concerned citizens like you, have all been advocating for change. Now is the time. It's time for Pueblo to take control of its energy future and bring power home in 2020. It's time to bring the money home. It's time to bring the decisions home. It's time to bring the customer service jobs home. It's time to reduce our utility bills. It's time to have competitive rates and just policies and practices for all customers, especially those who can least afford the high cost of electricity. It's time to choose Main Street over Wall Street. It's time to choose Pueblo. It's time for Pueblo to come of age and take control of its energy future. We can do this, and we must do this. Our future and the vitality of our city and the region will be shaped and formed by the decisions we make. So let's choose wisely. Let's choose public power. If you would like to join us in this campaign to bring power home in 2020, please visit our website, Bring Power Home 2020, and make a donation or volunteer to help in some way. Or maybe you'd like to learn more about the benefits of public power and host a presentation for your neighbors, your business, or a church group. Just let us know and we'll follow up with your request. Thank you for your time. Let's bring public power home in 2020.